So, hello and welcome to Dead Pathfinder Society, formerly known as Guess I'll Die. Die as in the plural of dice. So, where we last left off, the Thistletop Gang, as they are known, saved the group of what's left of the group of rangers known as the Black Arrows from the Grawl homestead, and made their way to Fort Rannick. Oh, that's right. I had them. Need to. So I did distribute the gear that they got from the Grawl homestead, and two of the group, mainly Gretch and Zabas, were interested in using Mammy's spellbook to learn a few things, which they did. They learned a few things, but had to stop because it didn't take that long to get to Fort Rannick. But on their way to Fort Rannick, they had a conversation with the Black Arrows, who I should probably pull into here. Oops. All right. Gosh damn it. Over here. I'll put them over here in the trees so they're a little bit out of the way. The Black Arrows. So these are the Black Arrows. Vale Temros, Caven Windstrike, and Jakardos Sovark, with Jakardos's animal companion, a Firepelt Cougar, if I remember correctly, named, it's here somewhere, Kib. And Shalelu and Asana was a ranger that hung around Sandpoint. She's here for reasons, obviously. So, what's the plan? Plan? What? What plan? You four don't have a plan. No, we usually don't. You should probably have a plan. The fort's crawling with ogres. He's right, you know. You should have a plan, Yaller. I don't want to be killed by ogres. Well, Zabas, what? You got any ideas? What do you three know of the fort itself? You lived there, I presume. Yeah, we did. As far as where we stayed, we built a new barracks a little while ago. because, you know, new members were coming in every so often and they needed a place to stay. And the old barracks was kind of shitty, to be honest. But after we built it, turned out that it was kind of a death trap, you know. It's all made out of wood. Wood catches on fire pretty easily. Exactly. And presumably the ogres are using the barracks, both the old and the new. I mean, they gotta lay down somewhere. Yes, that's definitely one thing that we can keep an eye out for. Gretch speaks up. There is also part of the reason why we came here. The possibility of an association with, what was her name? The Lamia. You guys fought a Lamia. Yes. I think her name was Zanesha. Yes. She has an associate here somewhere. Not necessarily at Fort Rannick. She actually, they still have the letter. She had, taking a look at it, she does, her sister is holed up here at Fort Rannick. That's some interesting information. Indeed. They're working for someone who bears this symbol, and she holds up, no wait, does she have the necklace? No, she holds up her ring, which has a 7-pointed star on it. Now, ogres, in my opinion, and possibly the opinion of a lot of people, ogres are not very smart. So, if we can convince them that we work for Zanesha's sister, that's a way in for us. Yeah, we get in and then we smash the whole lot of them. Well, I was thinking more of we get into the fort, cause a bit of mayhem with some fire, and then perhaps fight our way through, find this, what was her name? Oh, it doesn't, the letter doesn't say, she didn't sign it. Will we find who we're looking for? And you four stay out here. I'm not letting 4 goblins take on so many ogres on their own. Sorry, Shalelu, but you don't have a choice. These guys are still all messed up. And they need someone to protect them. You know, we're going to be hanging out until morning. It was a few hours to get here. So, we can't exactly wake up and, you know, have Gretch and Zabas use their healing stuff on these three. So, no, you ain't coming with us. Do you realize how annoying it is to have a goblin be right about something like this? Oh, I bet it's eating you up inside. Oh. Anyways. Well, I told my cats to go play out in the living room, and that's what they're doing. Anyways. So we get in, we light some fires, we start smashing. If we don't make it out, I don't really know what to say in terms of like, you know, hey, here's a good sign of we fucked up, got in too deep. Tell you what, if the ogre starts celebrating, then we'll head back to Turtleback and, I don't know, try and find some other would-be adventurers. It's probably a good idea. Yeah. Well, now, hold on a second. Don't go presuming that we're going to be dying in there. I know I certainly don't have any plans on dying. Yeah, and neither did I. But when we fought that fucking bat on our way out from under that fucking manor or whatever, I fucking died. No one plans to die. And as far as I know, not a lot of people want to die. So get used to it, Zabas. Our occupation sucks. But if you honestly want to cut and run when things are starting to look dire, go fucking right ahead. Hey, where's this, like, Merch, I know you're an asshole, but where's this hostility coming from? Where's it coming from? This burnt-faced fuck has been complaining the entire time we've been doing this. Okay? Now, me personally, I've been having fun. And while I may seem, you know, single-minded, I can fucking tell. I know. I watch people. Okay? Zabas has been complaining the entire time. Gretch always looks fucking uncomfortable. And I don't really know about you, but, you know, these two, and he points to Gretch and Zabas, I don't want to be doing this. Certainly not him. Well, I would be lying, yes, if I said that I did not. I do fear for my life, yes. On a daily basis. But while I may be uncomfortable, we have to do what we have to do. That's why I'm here going along with you and Yaller. It's... like it or not, we got embroiled in this. We must see it through. I've known Zabas for a while. He's come to me for herbs from time to time. He may grumble and complain, but he's pragmatic. He knows that this isn't something we can just walk away from. Now, you are welcome to believe that he will cut and run, but I have faith. Misplaced faith, probably, but thank you nonetheless. So, we should probably make preparations, choose our spells and whatnot, get some sleep. Tomorrow we invade the fort. Yep. Tomorrow we invade the fort. So out of everybody, Merch and Gretch, I believe, are the only ones that have the Sidron rune. After they confer in the morning, or while they're conferring in the morning. So, which one of us is the spokesperson, or whatever? Who's going to be the one talking to him? Well, it really depends on what thing the rune is. What am I trying to say here? What looks more important? Yes, what looks more important? My ring or your pendant? Now, if it were me, a pendant, you could give that to anybody. You can give a ring or a pendant to anybody. Just follow me here, will you? A pendant. That's fine. Anyone can wear a pendant. But if you're going out, if you're collecting souls or what have you, like Zanesha was doing, like whoever's in there is doing, ring is a little bit easier to hide. Plus, it looks fancier. More important. I should probably pretend to speak for us. Do these... Nope, these boys know giant. Goblin, Common, Dwarven, Draconic. Goblin, Orc, Common, Dwarven. Goblin, Common. Goblin, Common, Orc, and Halfling. There's one problem, though. None of us speak that dialect. Yes, that is a problem. But perhaps some of them understand Common. That's a big perhaps. Well, one that we're going to have to hope for. Now, come on. We're wasting daylight. And I'm going to need to grab... Once I find it... There it is. Bestiary 1. Because, I mean... Gonna have to fight eventually. Orc. Ogre. Here we go. So, with the black arrows hiding in the woods, the nice view of the fort, they approach Fort Rannick from the south gate. And when they approach, one of the ogres starts making noise, grumbling and growling at Gretch. And Gretch doesn't have comprehend languages or anything. No. Does Zavas have... Nope. And I would assume Yaller does not have comprehend languages either. Nope. Okay. So Gretch holds up her hand with the rune on it. And Murch, grabs at the pendant. We come in peace. We too serve the same master. Do not mean to fight. What B6 and B3? I'm assuming B6. No, B10's the new barracks. Okay. B3, that's the stable. Okay. The ogres look confused, but they don't immediately attack. One of them turns around, and while they don't necessarily speak giant, you hear him go, "Mink talk! Mink talk!" and say something in the giant tongue. And a ogre with the head of, like a necklace made out of the head of some sort of animal, sort of wanders over, and the ogre points at Gretch and Murch, and the one that is presumably Mink Tuck goes, "You got the symbol." "Yes, we do." "You on our side?" "We are." And Gretch needs to make a let's see here. A bluff check or diplomacy check? Let's see here. If there's a bluff check, then let's see here. I mean, it's technically a bluff check, yeah. So thankfully the lie is believable. And she does have convincing proof. So she gets at least a +10 to this. $12 for a total of 22. Mink Tuck has sense motive, which has to do with sense motive check, which is a wisdom based check. He's not terribly wise. He rolled poorly with a 6 versus her 22. Did not expect goblins, but more people good. Very good. You come in. Send someone to tell the lady that people arrived. You all come in. Come in. And Gretch and the others are allowed inside the fort. Mink Tuck goes over to an ogre that's kind of, once he realized that, and who's at the other entrance, is just kind of sit there, like just picking his nose, like he's up to like his knuckle and just rooting around in there. And Mink Tuck Mink Tuck slaps him upside the head and yells at him in Giant. And the ogre's off into the fortress. You know, speak, Giant. No, we don't. Too bad. The boss speaks, Giant. The lady kind of speak, Giant. A lot of the family gonna say bad things behind your back. Good to know. So are we supposed to wait out here? Yeah. New arrivals gotta wait. And gotta wait. But once the lady been told, then you come in, you see the lady, you come out here, find place to sit and wait. Very well, we will sit and wait. And Yaller and Merch start to like wander around a bit, and one of the ogres kind of like follows them. Oh, 1 square equals 20 feet. Okay. Which means they wouldn't necessarily be the ogres and Mink Tuck wouldn't necessarily be taking up that much space. It'd be more like large size. What's how much space does it size? Size category. That's what I'm probably looking for. Here we go. Space, reach, and threatened areas. So yeah, these I'm gonna do this. At least to the guys out here. Oops, don't move him. Drag him. There we go. Well, actually, no, I'm not gonna, since each square is 20 feet. Yeah. Yeah, yep. Each square is 20 feet. Suddenly the goblins are 20 feet long. No. Anyways. So let's see. I'll position these boys over here. And Mink Tuck goes, wait here. Gonna go talk to Jolly. He cooks things. You all probably hungry. Yes, some food would be nice. And after Mink Tuck goes into what is presumably the kitchen area. Gretch goes over to the door of the new barracks. Peeks inside, sees a bunch of sleeping ogres. And Zabas is going to look around, find a good place to start a fire, and he's not going to use one of his bombs, but he's going to actually no, doesn't Gretch have like spark? Yeah, so he motions over to Gretch and points, and she utters a few arcane phrases and uses the spark cantrip to light a fire. With a little bit of help, quickly starts to spread. And while she's doing that, Zabas will go, hey, he'll look at one of the ogres that are by the entrance that they came through and goes, hey. And one of them looks over. He pulls a grenade out and goes, catch! And the ogre stupidly, looks at it and holds out his hand, and it, I guess he's technically making an attack. And he definitely hits him. And it explodes and covers the ogre in fire. And I still gotta... Okay, so it's 22 base damage. 4 damage from his feet, which tacks on an extra D4. But the ogre's too far to really catch the other guy in the splash. But that ogre is on fire now. And has taken a hefty 26 points of damage. And starts kind of like as he tries to like put out the fire. And now I guess we'll go to initiative. Starting with Yaller. Rolls a 9. Gretch, who rolls a 22. Merch rolls a 10, putting him above Yaller. Zabas rolls a 12, putting him above Merch. Let's see here. There's 2 ogres here. So I'll roll for them. The one up near Yaller and Merch rolls a 1. He got a 2 on the dice, but base ogres have a -1 on initiative, so he rolled poorly. The other guy Has an 8. And the one that's on fire has a 6. And anyone coming out to investigate will happen on initiative count 10. So Gretch will look at the ogre that didn't get hit with the bomb, and she will cast she won't cast anything. She's going to take her crossbow and fire at... She's going to make a choice between the two ogres and choose to shoot at the one that's on fire. And my god, opening salvo of combat. She rolls a natural 20. Turning that measly little 3 into a 6, which kills. Drops that ogre from 4 HP. So he initially had 30 until he got bombed. Gretch hits him for 3, which is a total of 6 because times 2 mod. And so normally I hand wave, like, you know, enemies doing con saves unless it's like a boss fight or something. This guy I can't even hand wave. He's on fire. So in order to like put out the fire from Zavas's bombs, they have to spend a full round doing that. He's unconscious. He literally can't, so he's fucked. So I'm just going to remove him from the initiative order. Zabas is going to turn to the other ogre after seeing Gretch like just take out her crossbow, fire, and just hit the guy like who's still on fire. You know, he while he's on fire and like putting himself out, he grabs his club, looks at them, and catches a bolt right between the eyes and goes like a little cross-eyed trying to look at it and falls over. He's just gonna take another bomb and throw it at the other ogre. Definitely hits, and that's... Actually, I just gotta make sure. Nope. What am I looking for? Is it Fiery Cocktail? No. Fire Bombardier. All creatures in the splash radius take an additional point of damage. Okay. Okay, so... Okay. Just making sure I'm not supposed to be tacking on any extra damage. So it impacts against this ogre, dealing him a nice 23 points of damage and catching him on fire. And Murch, on his turn, just turns to the ogre who's been like kind of following them, and just like swings for his knee. Like he draws his great club and just swings for the kneecaps. 20 and a 27. I believe those hit. Yeah. Base ogres have a 17. And the 27's a crit. Great Club has... No, Great Club doesn't... Does the Great Club have a... Well, I mean, like, it has a base 20, but... Yeah, no, ×2. Very well. ×2 modifier on it. Okay. Unfortunately, he rolled pretty low. But... Oh, wow, he rolled, like, super low. Okay, so, he got a 7 on the second swing. But it's a 1 total. Okay. So 10, 18 points of damage. And Yaller is going to take out her rarely used, well, how many, I forget it, how many, okay, she's got 26 or 20, 26, okay, yeah, she can spare, she's gonna, well, these boys have reach. No, they don't. Ogres don't have... Nope, no, wait. Yeah, they do. 10 foot of reach. Using her weird words. It's a ranged touch attack. No, I'm gonna save the shocking grasp for later. Ah, screw it. She's gonna try and hit him with weird words. Which she won't, like, lose the use of one of her points of bardic performance to cast this. But since it is technically a ranged touch attack, and she's within reach of the guy, it does provoke. So he's going to take a swing at her with his great club. And hit, because she only has a 20 AC. Yeah. Okay. So that's 2d8 plus 7. 10 damage. A palpable hit, but not bad. But he sees her, like, starting to do some weird stuff. Takes a swing at her right as the word sort of, like, echoes out from her. And he hits her right as the word sort of, like, impacts into him and deals sonic damage. And he falls over fairly dead. Now, ogres, while stupid, do know... oh, wait. I forgot about my initiative order 10 thing. So, at the same time that Merch and Yaller do their thing, Mink Tuck and Jolly Krieg exit the food house. Mink Tuck goes, "Hey, what?" And he looks over, and the new barracks is just on fire. There's like screaming coming from over there. And he looks over. There's like a dead ogre on fire. The ogre that was following Merch and Yaller is down. You wasn't here to join us at all. No, unfortunately, we weren't. Sorry for the deception, but not really. So that one ogre is going to use a full round action to put himself out. Meanwhile, Mink Tuck shall roll initiative for him and Jolly. Mink Tuck rolls an 8. And Jolly rolls a 15. And that's kind of their whole turn, because they were arguing for most of this. So they'll go next turn. But Gretch... what is Gretch gonna do? What is Gretch gonna do? Why did she have a +1 spear again? Is that just... Yeah, it's just the +1 spear they found. Okay. Well, actually, right, because each square is, okay, so, right, each square is 20 feet, so Yaller wouldn't have taken that, even though on the mat, you know, they're close to each other in terms of squares. Yaller would not have taken damage, because she's 20 feet away, so, which means Gretch can actually cast a spell. So she's going to cast... She does not have Twilight Knife prepared. She does have Force Sword, and that lasts a minute per level, unfortunately, though. Mostly healing spells. Yep, she's gonna use that Wand of Magic Missile. I mean, just look up Magic Missile, because this is higher levels now. Wand of Magic Missile. Magic Missile. Okay, for... So she's going to fire off 2 shots at Mink Tuck. So the first shot is a 3. The next one's a 5. So for 8 damage. Jolly Krieg, who's a fair bit more rotund than Mink Tuck. He's going to take a couple javelins and just huck them at Gretch. Uh, 24. That's unfortunate. And 22. Also unfortunate. So since those both hit. Cool, cool, cool. 12 and a 13. Ow! Gretch is going to need to heal herself after this. She's definitely gonna need to heal herself. But Zabas is gonna do what Zabas does best. Oops. And huck a bomb at Mink Tuck, since he's already damaged. And since they are close enough, Jolly will have to make a save for fire. That'll definitely hit. So that's 17 plus 4, that's 21 damage. And Jolly needs to make a reflex save. I remember these things. And fails miserably. Now I gotta remember. Let's see here. Okay. So the splash damage on bombs is equal to the bomb's minimum damage. Okay. So let's see here. It's 4 plus 5 for his intelligence. Well, 6 plus 5, so 11. And then an additional point of damage, or no, so 4 plus 5, that's 9. God, why did I say 11? My math's stupid. Or no. I guess does that... Yeah, okay. So 5 plus 5, 10. And then 4, 5, so 20. And I'm just checking just to make sure that nothing else factors in. But now Mink Tuck is on fire since he took a direct hit. Oh, right. So he has the Flameheart feat. Which allows him to treat his alchemist level as 1 higher. They are, what, level 7? Yeah. That won't factor in for now, but make sure to keep it in mind. So Jolly takes 10 points of damage. Right? Because... yeah. No. He takes 15 points of damage. Because Fiery Bombardier adds in a extra point for every damage dice that is fire. Oops. Okay. Okay. Math. Math sucks. Merch has a speed of 30. So I'm just going to put him there for the sake of it. But he can't really do much. Well, let's see. With a double move, he'll move to in front of Gretch. Now it's Minktuck's turn. Let me just check Fiery Cocktail. Nope, that's wrong. Explosive Bomb is what I was looking for. Oh, okay. So okay, reading, it's been a while. So, Explosive Bomb. In order to extinguish, it takes full round action that requires a reflex save. Rolling on the ground provides a +2 to that save. So the ogre that caught fire fails to save and takes D6 damage. He takes 6 damage. Minktuck is going to do the same. Try and put himself out. Fails and takes 1 damage. But that's his whole round. Yaller, who is 2, 4, 6. And she only really she's like 60 feet and she only has sight on Minktuck. Okay. She can't fascinate him because any obvious threat breaks the fascinate. But she is going to try and cast Hold Person on Minktuck. Okay. 1 round per level. If it works. Okay. Okay. So Minktuck needs to make a will save. Let me look up bravery real quick, since they are fighters. Bravery. Will save against fear. Okay. So she's gonna cast Hold Person. 2nd level spell, DC of 15. Alright. a good idea to try and like hold him and maximize the burn, but the spell does not work against Mink Duck. The other ogre, still on fire, tries again to put himself out, and does so. Or, yeah, he puts himself out, but that's his turn. Gretch is going to use I believe she has potions. Yeah. She has a potion of Cure Moderate runes. So I'm just going to click her Cure Moderate. And okay. I'm just gonna I don't really know how this macro works out, but I'm assuming since it's 12, it's like okay, it's adding +7, right? So 2 plus 5 plus let's say 7. What's the lowest level you can cast Cure Moderate Wounds at? Yeah, 2nd level. So she regains 7 hit points. Jolly on his turn moves at Zavis and is going to take a couple swings with his Ogre Hook. Oops. 25, which I'm fairly certain hits, and a 22. Both hit. Yep. Okay. So that sucks. Because high level fighters, or not really high level, these guys, well, these guys are level 5 fighters. Okay. This is gonna suck so bad. 17, 17 and 28. Okay, let's subtract the 17 first. Brings Zavis down pretty low. And the 28 brings him down even further. Zavis is now in the thick of it. Need to look up what the Impaler of Thorns does real quick. Is there not a handout for the Impaler? That's fine. I can look this up because I have the actual book. Let's see, Sandpoint Gazetteer, Magnamar Gazetteer, future area, new rules, items. The Impaler of Thorns, which is his spear. Okay. So he's going to draw the Impaler of Thorns. And as a free action, I need to put my bookmark there so I can know where things are. So as a free action, he can use the Impaler of Thorns to create a 30-foot aura of despair. Or 30-foot radius burst of despair. So that would hit Minktuck and Jolly, who need to both make will saves. Sadness and despair. I need to look up the spell Crushing Despair. I don't think it's a fear effect. No, it's... okay, it's a compulsion. So, let's see here. I believe they had a +5? Yep, +5 on will. So I'm gonna roll for Minktuck first, who makes a save, but Jolly fails his save. So for 6 minutes, Jolly Krieg has a -2 penalty on all attack rolls, saving throws, ability checks, skill checks, and weapon damage rolls. And for his next trick, Zabas is actually going to try and hit Jolly with the Impaler of Thorns. And if he hits... well, let's see if he can hit first. 10. Not going to do it. But he is going to back away. Back towards Gretch, but keeping well out of Minktuck's reach. And Merch is going to do what Merch does best and fly into a rage. He starts growling, and his hand, like on his way there, he had sheathed his great club. He starts growling, and his hands start to, like, his nails elongate into claws, and he jumps at Minktuck, who's still on fire. Or no. I think Minktuck put himself out. Yeah, Minktuck rolled an 18, so he put himself out. Yeah, he's gonna jump at him and try and bite him twice and get some claw attacks in. Well, actually no, that would require a full round. He's not like at them, so he would only be able to get like a bite and a claw. But still, the bite would hit. Which is the only thing that hits out of that. Dealing 8 damage to Mink Tuck. And, right, he needs to make a grapple check because of Feral Gnasher. Yep, okay. Grapple check. 1 free grapple check, please. 20. Mink Tuck has a CMD of 26. So no grappling, but much biting. He kind of, you know, bit Mink Tuck, but couldn't really find purchase on like his, what's basically his blubber. Mink Tuck's gonna look at him and go, "Ugh! Nasty biter." He's gonna try and hit Murch with some nastiness. A 19, which won't hit, but a 22 does hit. So he hits Murch for 25 points of damage. Actually, let me just look up damage reduction real quick. Just so I'm making sure that's not from like every damage dice or something. Okay. Okay. So he just takes 25 points of damage instead of 26. Because he has DR1. Yaller. What's the range on that there? Those weird words. 30 feet. Well, word strike doesn't say. I'm going to assume 30 feet. And most of her stuff is 30 feet, huh? Oh, and she's technically slower than everyone else currently. Nope, she can move at the same speed as everyone else. She's going to move. Let's say that's 30, and she's going to shoot at Jolly with her short bow and miss. The other ogre, since it's his turn now, will attempt the reflex save. And fail and burn. 5 damage, he's down and he's cooked. Gretch is going to use her does she use a spell? Or does she use her ability? Her healing hex. I forget how many times you can cast hexes per day. Okay, you can just use them whenever. Right. She's going to cast a healing hex on Zabas because he needs it. So that's a cure moderate for him, which is a whole 20. I did minus 20 instead of plus 20. Much better. Unless otherwise stated, it is a standard action. So that's her thing. Yep, that's her action. Jolly is gonna move on Zabas again. But now he's got a -2 to his attacks. Or his attack, rather. Since he can't move and full round at the same time. It still hits. And he just undid all that work that Gretch did, unfortunately. But now that they're closer together, who's looking? He's gonna throw a bomb at Mink Tuck again. And he's gonna hit him for 19. And Jolly has to make his save, which is lower now, thankfully. So Jolly takes 20 damage. Mink Tuck also needs to make a save to not be on fire again. He's on fire again. And Merch can now full round. So 2 bites and 2 claws. The 30 will hit. And wow. 30 on a bite and a 30 and a 21 from the claws. So that's 12. And then 14. Mink Tuck is hurting. And Mink Tuck needs to make a save. Oh wait, I forgot. Hold on. Before, okay, so he failed to save, but he's also grappled. Okay, we'll see if he's grappled because I'm getting ahead of myself. Merch rolls CMD or CMB rather, and does not grapple. But anyways, either way, grapple or no grapple, Mink Tuck fails his save to not be on fire. It takes 4 damage. Yaller now moving another 30 feet. Will weird words at the on. Well, okay, she sees that Mink Tuck is on fire, but Jolly is a bigger threat, so she's gonna weird words at him for 21 damage. Gretch will hit. She's gonna back up. Or she's gonna move. Well, no. She's not gonna move. She's going to take out a scroll. And I actually need to go back and like find the scroll real quick. Okay, it doesn't say what it's at, so I'm going to assume that it's at the lowest. But she's going to take out this scroll and read the arcane words upon it. And as after she does so, like, there's a bit of a smell of ozone in the air. And the scroll burns up and turns into electrical energy, which she holds in her hands and sort of Hadokens it out between Jolly and Mink Tuck. Using the scroll of lightning bolt that she's been hanging on to since a while. So they both need to make reflex saves. I'll roll Jolly first since he's lower. I'll say I'll use Gretch's spell DCs. So a 17 would meet. And a 21 would meet. So they'll be taking half. They'll be taking 5 damage. That was her move. Jolly is not feeling too jolly. After that, sees that she's, a competent spellcaster. and he's going to take swings at her with his ogre hook. Oops. $22 will hit, I think. Yep, that meets, but the 18 will fail. What does her snakeskin tunic do again? Okay. Uh, 2d8 plus 9. Nope. Plus 11. 17. Man, they're really getting roughed up. Zabas is going to throw a bomb at Jolly. Because what's better than one ogre on fire? Two ogres on fire. That's 19 damage. And Minktuck makes a reflex save. And fails. Takes 20 damage and is cooking. All these ogres are, except for the one that, like, Merch and Yaller fought, they're all on fire. Merch in his rage. It's gonna ignore the fact that Jolly is on fire. And he's gonna switch to him. It does manage to hit him twice. For a total of 18 damage. And the CMB still not making it. But Yaller's gonna put an end to Minktuck. Or not Minktuck, to Jolly. With another weird words. And hit him with 24. That brings him down. I mean, it doesn't like go past his con or anything. But he'll die within like a couple rounds anyways. Okay, how long have I been going for? Almost 2 hours. Okay. Okay, so Gretch is going to use her healing hex on herself. Giving herself 17 hit points. Zabas, I believe, has a potion on him. Potion of Cure Moderate. Yep. 8 points returned to him. And Gretch is going to also use 8 plus 5, that's what, 14? No, 13. Yeah, she's gonna use Cure Lad on herself for 7, which isn't bad. Yaller looks at Zavis and goes, I have a couple more potions if you want. Which ones? The one that hurts like a lot of pain and the one that hurts a little bit of pain. Give me the one that for a lot of pain. Right, here you go. I will use that. It's 18 plus 3. That is 21. Let's see. In that time, Merch would have lost 2 points of 2 rounds of fatigue. Well, that went better than expected. You lit that place on fire, huh? Yes, I did. Well, technically speaking, Gretch lit the building on fire. That's cold. I like it. That's a lot less ogres that we gotta deal with. Yes, it is. But we have more inside to deal with, unfortunately. So we should probably go in and deal with them. Yeah. We should. But you guys took a pretty nasty beating. Maybe, like, the two of you should hang back? Isn't that what we always do? Hang back while you all do things up front? It's worked so far. Indeed. Well then, after you, we're gonna bring them down here to the entrance. Let's space out like this. Let's see here. B11. There's not much, just a pair of double doors here. Inside, it's quite a mess. Bones have been laid, strewn about. And I need to zoom in again. There we go, so I can see health bars better. The ogres have not been keeping this place very clean. once they're inside, since it is 20 feet per square out there. So, what? Well, I guess I should finish that thought. So, Merch doesn't have any more exhaustion on, or fatigue on him from his rage. He looks at everyone once they get inside. So, what's the plan? Well, probably, the same plan that we had for, like, all the other places we went to, right? We go room by room and, clear them out. Now I need to look up which rooms are actually worth going into. Let's see here. Okay, so 20 the guest quarters. And there's that down. Okay, 4 is the barracks. Pardon me. Well, you're kind of the front man, Merch. Lead on. Yep. Yeah, guess I'll do that. And he looks left and right and goes, fuck it. This way. 5, 10. Goes over here and throws open the door. And two ogres who are in the middle of an arm wrestling match look over at him. Huh. I don't know if I chose the right door or not. But, I mean, God, I gotta sneeze. I gotta sneeze. Okay. I'm good. Okay. Also, these ogres have tried on some, since this is the armory, they've decided to try on some human-sized suits of armor because of boredom. So let's roll those bones again and get initiative going. Merch starts off good with a 24. Zavis rolls a 25, just barely beating Merch. Gretch rolls a oh right, I forgot 2. There we go. Gretch rolls a 13. Y'all rolls a... Nope, wrong. I didn't mean to click buffs. Y'all rolls an 11. And them 2 ogres roll... Something fell. Right. They're probably going to roll poorly, but who knows. A 16 and a 9. So one boy ends up kind of in the middle of the pack. The other one ends up dead last. So Zabas moves over so he can see. And does what he do. Which is to say, lights ogres on fire with bombs. Wow, minimum damage, huh, Zab? Or, I don't know why it does red when there's only one red. But shit damage. Relatively. 17. Damage, which is, you know, a little over half an ogre's, a base ogre's health. And now 2 reflex saves. The ogre that got hit fails, is on fire. The ogre that took splash succeeded and takes half or no bomb damage. No splash damage. Half. So 10. Which is still pretty nasty. Merch, seeing that these guys aren't like super big problems, it's just gonna take out his great club and aim for the kneecaps. These boys, because they, yeah, -2 on their armor class. So 15, which means both hit. Which means that's a cooked ogre. Or, no, not yet. I read that wrong. Okay. -12. He's at 1 HP, folks. It's not great if he doesn't save. Which, guess what he has to do now? He has to save. But because of the armor he's tried on, he's not doing too well. And he cooks. And he cooks real good. Takes a point of damage and cooks. Gretch. Oops, I passed by her. There we go. Gretch doesn't have that many spells. But she does have a bow, a crossbow. So she's gonna move over, get line of sight on the guy. Pew! Fire a shot at him. 3 damage. Not bad. Yaller is gonna follow Gretch and for the sake of not wanting to draw out any sort of fight with an ogre, he's gonna weird words that man and just kill him. Like the arcane word emits from her, hits him, and just like his eardrums pop and he wobbles for a few moments before falling over dead. Because things are so close, like a lot of the ogres are so close together, I'm just going to keep their initiative where it is. And add accordingly. see here. Alright, that was taken care of. How come they haven't, like... Well, I guess we haven't given them time to, like, throw up any alerts or anything, but you would think with all the noise, someone would come. That is a question. Why aren't they? Let's see. Ogres are what? Monstrous humanoids? Large humanoid. Let me just double check that. An ogre. Nope, just humanoid, not monstrous. I guess... Are giants monstrous humanoids? I don't know. But... Zabas is gonna think on that. Um... 10 plus the... Well, not really identifying... weaknesses or anything. Well, from what we know of ogres, they probably think it's just fighting between themselves. After all, ogres, you know, they function on largely a sort of family-based society. I don't even know. But could just be that they imagine it's just squabbles between brothers. Yeah, I guess. I do have another question, though. What? All these questions are going to slow things up. Yeah. Well, less of a question, more of a statement. Either way, what is it? So if it looks like we're starting to, like, run low on resources, what do we do? That's a question. Still, what do we do? I don't know. This is your operation. Thanks, Zabas. Well... If we're running low on spells and whatnot... Depending on where we are and what we're doing, we should probably retreat. If that is an option. No point in us getting killed. And as Zabas said, they're not really paying too much attention, it seems. So, for all we know, depending on where we are, we could escape easily. Run off into the woods where the black arrows are and wait a day, go deep enough, we could probably dodge their patrols if they send any out. It's not a bad plan. I mean, yeah, I'd rather stay, but sure. We should probably check these rooms, though. Agreed. And they go and start checking the rooms. And Zabas finds the barracks and finds more ogres, who each look at him and say something in Giant. I'm just gonna pip them in from left to right. $11. He's going after Yaller because he has 0. No, wait. Actually, no. These are all -5. So that's why is it, my brain's not working. -1 on initiatives. Because ogre. There we go. 18 for the last one. They're grouping. I hate grouping. Zabas is going to drink his fire breath potion. He's gonna, like, back up out of the way and use his fire breath potion. And Merch gonna do what he does best. He's just gonna wade in and take a swing. 15 won't hit, unfortunately. Well, actually, wait. With fire breath, it doesn't. It's a standard action. Okay, casting time is a standard action. So, on his next turn, he'd be able to use his fire breath. The first ogre. And take that great club and swing it Merch's way, since he's closest, and miss, because fucking goblins. Gretch is going to get within eyesight and make use of that wand. She loves her wands. 7 damage on the first guy. And Yaller actually sees the guy all the way in the back and just hits him with weird words. Oh wait, I forgot about the 18. So I did him wrong. The guy in the back's gonna throw open the door and, like, start moving around. But it's a standard action to do the door, so 18 damage to the man in the back. Or, no, wait. No, yep. 18 damage. Oops. Here we go. This guy's gonna hustle forward and also try and attack Merch. And not connect, because we're just 22. The other ogre is following behind his brother. Now Zabas gets in front of the door and lets out a horrible belch. Which, does that add intelligence? Nope. So these two ogres need to make a reflex save, and that's what the belch sounds like. Two boys making reflex saves. 10 and a 14. That's a level 2 spell. They fail. So they will take 4d6 fire damage plus caster level doesn't really work here. Okay. Okay, so just 4d6 damage, which is 17. So that's one cooked ogre. And he's not fully cooked. The other one's not fully cooked, but, you know, still pretty bad. And fire breath. 1 round per level or until discharged. So 7 rounds. Merch. You know how he do. But now he does it twice. He does a full round attacks. And he bashes in. Like, he gives that ogre like 2 swift chops with the great club right into his midsection. He doubles over. And falls unconscious. The other ogre now can double move, but doesn't have to. Because 10-foot reach. Swinging that great club at Yaller. Misses. Hits. She has 20 AC. Alright. 2d8 plus 7. Yaller has finally taken damage. And Gretch is going to point that wand at him. And hit him for 7. And Yaller is going to try and finish that boy off. Ooh. She crits, which is bad for him, because I rule abilities that have an attack as having at least, ×2 crit mod. So 36 damage, because it's a 4d6. And she rolled 3 5s of 3. That's 26 plus 3. 39 damage. I want to see if this kills him outright. It does. By 1 point. It leaves him at minus 16. And a standard ogre's con is, is 15. So she points at him, speaks, like weird reverse speech. And as he's straightening up from, kind of getting forced back a little bit from the magic missiles, he freezes. And you just see him start to shake, and his head just explodes. And he just falls over, headless. Damn. Natural 20. The one ogre that remains, rounds the corner, sees his brother fall down headless, and looks towards the door next to him, goes on the door. And the party hears him go, "Gragavan! Gragavan!" And he yells something in giant. Okay. Which is bad for them. But I will add Gragavan to the initiative order. He gets an 18 since it is the top of the round. Zabas has 7 rounds to use his fire breath, which is a standard action for using it. And seeing this and knowing he's not close enough, you see Zawa's kind of holding his breath almost as he brings out his crossbow, because he's not wanting to burp and let out the thing, and he fires his crossbow. Which hits and deals a point of damage. Though Merch is going to... how fast does Merch move? 40? 30. Merch is going to double move to the other side of the ogre. And Gragavan opens up the door and goes, "What? I'm busy painting." And Merch can see that he has a headless corpse in one hand. And the other ogre kind of like points down the hallway. Gragavan looks past him. "Goblin, there's another one behind you." And the ogre kind of turns and, "Yeah, we killing goblins now. Or they're smaller paintbrushes than what I've got, but I'm always in the mood for more paintbrushes." And that's his turn, because he moved and did that. Gretch does what Gretch does. When Gretch is given wands, she's gonna magic missile the one guy. And y'all are can't really get too close. Doesn't want to, though. But can't. Oh, nope. 30 feet. She is within range. She is within range. To weird words and hit him for 15 points of damage. The ogre's gonna spin or turn on Merch and take a swing at him. Let's see here. Yep, that's a 7. And miss. Zavis is going to get closer. And angle it so that he can try and hit Gragavan. But they both need to make, both the regular ogre and Gragavan need to make reflex saves, which, yep, so let's go for the first guy. He fails. And good old Graggy fails. So they both take 2d6 damage. So they both take 7. Which kills the one guy and pisses off Gragavan. I'm just going to move him out over to the side here. Merch is going to run up and keep on swinging. 27 will hit Gragavan. But low damage. 8 damage. Gragavan's going to drop his paintbrush. Grab his ogre hook that's sort of laying against the wall. And I'll say he only gets like 1 attack. Since he had to like do all that. 27 still hits, though. See, this is what I don't like about these guys, is that they're all like most of the guys on the outside and the first level that have like names are fighters. So he really hurts Merch. And Gretch. Doesn't really have eyesight on the guy, so she can't do much. Neither can y'all or... Well, no, she can. She can move in and have words with the man, but yep, nope, still hits. Ogres don't have high touch AC, okay? That ogre's dead. Zavis. Seeing that this guy is bad, he's gonna throw a bomb at him. 22, 25 fire damage. And Gragavan needs to make a reflex save to not be on fire. He's not on fire. The Merch, who should have I forgot about the DR. Merch is gonna fly into a rage after taking such a hit, and is thankfully within full attack range. So, wow, he really hits him with those claws. Okay, so from the bites, that's 21. 2 natural 20s on the claws, huh? Whew. Shit, son. 20 damage on the claws. And he gets 2 grapple checks from the biting, which just misses because these guys have 26 CMD. Gragavan's like, you, I don't like you. I'm gonna kill you first. And he takes 2 hefty swings at Merch. Which hit, and one of them crits. Okay, let's resolve the first one. It's 18 points of damage. Oh, dear Merch. Okay. Let's roll the crit. He rolled max on one of his 8s. Oh no. Okay. Okay. This is bad. Ogre hooks are ×3 crit mod. So that's 4, 8, 12. Oh no. I need my calculator. Okay. Oh, this is bad. 8 times 3, 24. Oh, this is bad. 48 points of damage. I don't care if you're raging, bud. You only have 21 con while raging. Oh, Merch has died for the second time because he is. Oh man, minus 31, huh? So his rage ends, obviously. Which makes that even worse since his con kind of goes down. 45 divided by 17. That's more than double his con, and I need to plug in my phone. Give me a second. Let me find the damn thing and mutter to myself about how this is bad. Okay. So. Ah, shit. The damn thing unplugged from the wall. Oh, Boise. Because here's the problem. Here's the problem, right? So, Merch's first death. Merch's first death is from... Well, his first death, if I remember correctly, was just sort of... It was like a little bit over his health, his con. I don't remember the exact numbers, but it was just, over his con enough that he died. This is a little more than double his con. So how do I rule this exactly? Sure. Because, like, if they're just regular dead, you can revive them. Not that anyone here has reviving spells. And man, bro's just dead. 1DR can't help this man. Oh, he's super duper ultra dead. Man, he's dead. He's so dead. Oh, my boy Merch died. Okay, if it's here's how I'll rule it. If it's over twice if it's over double your con, then I mean you're a smear. You're not good. You're not revivable. If it's like more than double your con. So Gragavan, who has not left the doorway, he hacks into Murch once with the hook and gets a nice gash on him, and then manages to like kind of like what's that club? I forget what club. There's actually a club where they will hook you off stage. It's a comedy club. He kind of does that, but like behind Murch, and catches him in the back and pulls with enough force that like it slams Murch against the wall, and there's just a crunch, and Gragavan has to like pull a little bit to get his like he opens up like another gash inside of Murch, and there's just like spine attached to his hook, and he goes, "Ah, oh, I broke that paintbrush. Oh well, I've got 3 more." And y'all are just as like a horrified look on her face. And this is bad because this is pretty bad because Murch, being the barbarian, you know, he's kind of the he's kind of the guy, you know? He's kind of the damage dealer. I mean, aside from, well, I mean, they're all damage dealers, but, you know. Okay. Gretch sees this and freaks out a little bit inside. As I am doing now, trying to figure out what the fuck to do next. She has all healing spells prepared. Damn it. What can you do with command? There's drop. Okay. There's also that. She's gonna have to make like an acrobatics check to like get where she needs to go, but I mean that's fine. Well, no, actually, Gragavan gets an attack of opportunity off of Honor. Since it's versus their CMD. And he's gonna clip her on the way by. But she's gonna look at him and point, and hit him with a command. And she's gonna try and tell him to drop it. To drop the weapon. So he gets to make a will save. And he makes his will save, unfortunately. Yaller is gonna do what she does best, and weird words. Because more damage. It's 20. Oh, but Gragavan had like 5 HP left. Right. Yeah. I forgot. Because Murch, like in my panic, I'm like, oh my god. I didn't know how much health he had. You know, she kills him. And then they all come to the realization of, what do we do? What do we do? What do we do? Immediately, you know, Gretch is still hurt, but she kind of limps over and takes a look at Merch, does a heal check on him, and Yaller's just like, Gretch, what do we do? And Gretch looks over Merch after kind of like basically peeling him off the wall and goes, there's nothing we can do. We're too far out. I don't think Turtleback Fairy has, you know, a cleric. We're too far out. Let me look up Turtleback Fairy. Spellcasting level 3. Man. Cleric level 3rd, huh? Third level spells. For Cleric, there's Animate Dead. But, you know. Wow. Yeah. This man's gone. And I know Gretch doesn't have any spells to reverse this. And even if Turtleback Fairy did have a cleric, I don't think he's that they would be a high level. Oh no, wait. They actually have cleric level 5. And cleric level 5. Oh no, wait. I'm stupid. I'm like, oh yeah, cleric level 5. I'm looking at 5th level spells. No, a 5th level cleric has a 3rd level spell, so it's still, you know. Yeah, no, he's fucked. Oof. Yikes, a bunch of yikes. Regardless, we have to go back to Turtleback Fairy. Either that, or we need to heal we need to spend a day or two healing the Black Arrows. We either go back and search for someone to replace Merch, or we heal the Black Arrows, and we run the risk of them dying as well. We're in over our heads. We're in over our heads. We all knew this from the start. We're some of the smallest intelligent creatures here. What can we do? What are we even doing here? Let's be honest. Against ogres and worse, perhaps. Look, let's leave. Let's go outside and figure something out. And they collect merch and go outside. And Shalelu is kind of out there, you know, keeping watch. And she sees them come out, and she goes, "They're coming out. I did not expect to see them come out so soon." And Jakarta, who's like the leader of the Black Arrows, comes to look beside her, and he sees, you know, them carrying merch. I think I know why they're coming out so soon. Gaven. Vale. Find a good spot and start digging. Digging? Why? The one with the skull on his head's dead. Oh. Alright. Why we gotta help them do stuff for them if... Now don't you start, Gaven. Come on. We gotta go find a spot. Yeah. Whatever. Shalelu, you know, once the party gets to where they are, Shalelu kind of kneels down and says some words in Elvish. I know I know he would not really appreciate it, but I said a few things to, you know, help him pass, so to speak. Thanks. I need to think. And Yaller just kind of wanders off. Should we let her? Yes, it's fine. She's younger. Her and March were the youngest of the four of us. But we have some problems that need to be addressed. And some possibilities. How good are if we brought you up to fighting ability? How good are you? I gotta admit, we're good, but we're not that good. I mean, you know, we got messed up. We got captured. four of us, I mean, I'll be honest, I don't know, like, how good you are, Shalelu, but even with the four of us, I don't know how much we're gonna be doing, realistically. Like, if the four of us joined you, that is. I'll admit, I'm ill-equipped to fight giantkin. Turtleback Ferry. Do you know the clerics? I know the man at the Turtleback Ferry. He's one of them priests of Rastil. He ain't too old though. He can heal most wounds, but you don't have to say much more. And the ferry, the ferry doesn't have many fighting folk. Not that I'm aware of, no. We'll escort you back to the ferry. But you gotta find your own folk to help with you. But I don't know if there's any other goblins around. Or goblin kin for that matter. I'm at a loss. I have an idea. Please, Thomas, what is your idea? There are bandits along the way to Turtleback Ferry. Now, I don't know exactly if people can be bought, right? And then he looks to Jakardos and Shalelu for, like, confirmation. Depends on what you mean by bought. Like, I mean, there ain't really a slave trade around here, if that's what you're asking. But, I mean, everyone's got a price that they're willing to work for. Well, if we're to continue doing this, we're going to be making quite a bit of money. And while I'm not exactly one to trust Longshanks in the long run, no offense, none taken. I mean, yeah, none taken. We could offer up what Merch had on him. As far as his money goes, and perhaps his magical items as well, as a sort of something to be sold, I suppose. If we could hire one of those bandits, it's an idea. It is an idea. Do you know if these ogres will stay here? I'd give it a week or two, at most. As far as I know, they don't know, who attacked them. So it'll like 3 to 4 weeks at tops, because they gotta figure out, you know, who attacked them and all that good shit. So, you know, we have some time, but not, you know, a lot of time. Because I don't know, you know, like, what sort of stuff they can do. Like, I kind of vaguely remember, like, there was one of those ogres that had, you know, some sort of magical capability, but like I said, I really don't know. Like, we can talk on the way. But, come on, let's... I had Vale and Caven, you know, prepare a spot for your friend. Thank you. Come on. Travis, help me strip him. See what we can salvage. And so they get to the grim work of getting the sellable items off of merch. And I was intending to go until, you know, until the fort was cleared, but you know, this is kind of a natural-ish stopping point. So yeah, now I gotta come up with a character to, you know, replace merch. Man, I think it's finally time, you know, after so many deaths, I'm going to consult the player's guide, because that has, like, suggestions for each setting. So I'm going to do that, and I'm going to take its suggestion. And, yeah, hopefully that character will be better off than these guys. But, I mean, this party made it this far. You know, they're made it through like 2.5 books. Or 1.5 books. Or no. I mean, 2 books, 1.5 books. Whew. But yeah, this is a good stopping point. Just under the 3-hour mark. So, stay tuned for the next episode, I guess. See you later. And, yeah, man. What can I do here? I guess I could end stream for now. Unless you guys want to, like, watch me make a character, but that takes too long. That's like an hour in and of itself. Nah, I think I'm good for now. I'm going to need some time to think and do research. So, till then, until tomorrow, which is Friday, which means Final Fantasy. Tune in tomorrow at around 4 Eastern.